What is an advanced filter? Well, I guess the closest analogy to an advanced filter in Excel is a query in a database like Microsoft Access. An advanced filter is when you want to look at a list, and I've got a list here. I'll just choose it from my name box, and it's called target list. I have a list here. I want to type a criteria somewhere in my spreadsheet that defines the records I'd like to extract a copy of and put elsewhere. So an advanced filter is going to look at a list, then look at a criteria, find the records that match that criteria in the list, and put a copy of those records somewhere else for me to work with. Having named this range target list, I now need to go and create my criteria. So I'm just going to insert a new sheet either by pressing Shift F11 or by clicking this button at the bottom of my screen called New Sheet. I'm going to double click its current name and name the sheet Advanced. And it's in here that I'd like to type my criteria. Now with my criteria, I'd like to extract a copy of records that match a certain region. So I start by typing region. Region is the name of the column in this list that I want to extract records based on. Notice I didn't type regions, I typed it exactly the way the column heading is typed, region. Now the region I'm after is I'm after Tauranga, I'm after records from the region Rotorua, or Taupo, or Whakatane. So I'm wanting to extract a copy of those records in the list called target lists that match this criteria. This criteria I'd like to name. So I'm going to sit in this list and press Control Asterisk or Control A. And in my name box, I'm going to give it the name CRIT, C-R-I-T, 1, as this is my first criteria, and I'll press Enter. So my list is called Target List, my criteria is called CRIT1, and I'd like to copy those records from that target list that match criteria 1 to the cell A7. So I'll start by sitting in the cell A7. To do an advanced filter, we need to go to the Data tab in our ribbon. And here you'll see a button called Advanced. Now we're going to do a lot of advanced filtering, so I'm going to right click this button and add it to my quick access toolbar. And here it is here. If I click this button, I then have to work with this particular dialog box. I want to copy those records that match this criteria to another location. So the first thing I do is choose this option. In the next field, I have to say where my list is. Or, because I've named it, I press the function key F3. F3 will bring up a list of all those things I've named. Or I could type. So I'm going to type the list, which is called target list. The criteria range is CRIT1. And I want to copy the answer to A7, so I just click it. So I want to copy those records to another location from the list called target list that match the criteria CRIT1, and I want to copy them to A7, and I click OK. These are the records that match that criteria. I'm just going to tidy it up a bit. I'll just select the entire sheet by clicking above row 1. I want to double the width of column A, for example, by dragging the line between A and B to about 18. I then want to best fit the height of all my rows, so I double click the line between any two row numbers. That sorts my row heights out. Now I come back and sort my column width out by double clicking between any two column letters. And then I just click to take the selection off. If I quickly just scroll down and scan this list, I can see these records are from Rotorua, Taupo, Tauranga or Whakatane. And so my advanced filter has worked. If I wanted to change my advanced filter, I might decide, right, I'll select this data, Control A or Control Asterisk, and I'll press Delete and click. I'll now decide I don't want Tauranga, Rotorua, Taupo or Whakatane. Instead I want the regions Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch and Hamilton. And now I'll do my advanced filter again. I'll sit in A7 and I'll click my advanced filter button. I'll copy to another location, that is A7. My list is called target list. My criteria is called crit 1. And I want to copy it to A7. And OK. And these records, as you can clearly see, are from Auckland, Hamilton, Wellington and Christchurch. So the idea of the advanced filter is you can just type a criteria or change an existing criteria and then run the advanced filter, which is to copy or take a copy of those records from the list that match that criteria and put them where you define.